Hello friends, and welcome back to Paris Crochet Flow. My name is Paris and I am back. I know I mentioned I would be back with a video talking about my two markets, one that I did on July the 6th and the other one I did on August, I believe the 11th. I do have another market coming on August the 31st. If you see me looking on the side, that's because that's where my notes are. And I'm going to be talking about things that sold the most, which is what I usually cover during these videos about markets. So things that I sold most, some of the things that I made, I'll mention a one of some of the things that I sold that are my own makes. Know that I haven't used any patterns, and if I mention any pattern, I'll try my best to attach it to the description down below, or I will mention who the maker is. And if I forget, I'm also gonna make notes down below so you can refer, and if you would like to make those items, you can go ahead and support those makers. So the two markets were pretty similar. The one on July the 6th, I ended up doing better than the one that was on August the 11th. I believe August 11th was a long weekend and a lot of people do travel, so I didn't do as good as I did on July the 6th, but I still made both, and I made enough money to pay myself because that's the way I look at it. And also I had a lot of fun. For the most part, I enjoy these markets just because I have so much fun talking about things I'm working on and with people making inquiries and all that. So part of it is just something I do for fun, not necessarily because I'm making lots of money in it, but it's just an outlet, and I really do enjoy crochet. So on July the 6th, like I mentioned, I did sell a lot of minis. When I say minis, it's mini axolotls, mini whales. Those two patterns, you can find them on All From Jade has patterns, but I usually just work on mine free flow. So if you have to follow a plan, All From Jade, I believe, is one person who has those patterns, but also those are easy things that you can work on free flow. Another thing I sold is my own bunny, which is my own pattern, and I'm going to share a link down below to my Ribbler. I do have that bunny pattern on my Ribbler. I forget if I'm selling it or if it's free, but I'll attach it either way. I did sell two Panji penguins by Mary Makes, and those ones are usually so cute. They're not very easy to make just because there is a lot of color changes, and that's the challenge I find. I spend so much time making the Panji penguin, and I have to price them appropriately. So I did sell on July the 6th. I sold both actually, one for $60 and one for $40. As you can tell, they are one of the higher priced items. The other thing I sold that was a higher price is a squid, which I made free flow. I'm going to try and include pictures either here, there, or somewhere in the video. I'll try and attach the pictures so you can see if you would like to make these items, you can, like I said, either find the patterns, or if you work free flow, those are items you can make. Another thing I sold was two capybaras for $20. That one is a pattern on Etsy. I believe it's a paid pattern. I'm going to share it down below. I did sell a turtle, $25, my own free flow, and I do have that one that I'm working on, this kind. I believe Jenna, I forget the maker, but I believe these ones you can easily find them on Etsy if you have to follow a pattern, but as for me, I just make them free flow. So these ones I do sell quite different prices because it depends on the size. So $35, $25, sometimes even $45, based on how much materials and how much time I've spent making them. So I sold two of those. I sold a pickle for $40. I always sell pickles. I will add a picture up here. And I also, in that market, I sold a snake, $60, and I sold, I believe, very few frogs. I think maybe two frogs I sold on the July 6th. And the other thing I sold a blobfish. The blobfish also is a pattern that I followed. I forget the maker who shared 30 free patterns, but I will include it down below so you can as well go and follow that pattern. It was free. I have already sold, each market I sold one blobfish. They are very easy to make. I have been making them free flow since I made the first one, because then it's just a concept you have to work in the round. And again, I'll include the pattern, I'll include a picture and also the link to the pattern down below if I find it. Okay, the other things I did mention that the popular sellers were the baby whales, the mini octos, and the penguin seems pretty popular, but they are a bit pricey. But those are some of the things I would say it's good to have during the market. But minis, always they are my go-to. I make minis and I am sure I will sell them, because they are when I say minis, I mean these ones, and I will share with you these ones just because they are some of the replacements I'm making. These are the octos. I don't have a whale right now that is ready, but I'm planning to make quite some whales for the next market. So these ones I sell them for $10, and I believe I sold out. I have quite a few of them that I have included a keychain for backpack buddies, but what I have noticed is that they don't sell as much as the ones that have no keychains. So I'll still make these ones with no keychains, and if someone requests that I put a keychain, I do bring my keychains to the market, so I can always make it a keychain. So those are the minis and the mini whales as well. You can get them from Jade, but like I said, mine, I just work on them free flow because that's just the way I work. The other thing I sold was my own chicken, my own free flow. I do have a pattern of two chickens actually, one which is an update of the other one is chubby, and the other one is just a small chicken. I usually sell for $15, but the chubby chicken, which is I believe I forget the name of that chicken, but that's quite popular. I usually sell them for $30, but again, it's my free flow, and I will attach my own pattern down below, and also not a pattern, a link to my pattern, and also a suggestion to the other person who makes chicken. Whichever you choose, it doesn't matter, just go support a maker or make your own just for the fun of it. So those ones I do sell them for $30. The chubby chicken, I'll include a picture here. The other thing I sold was, I already said turtle. This market too, I did sell a turtle, a chick. That's my own pattern. I do have one on my Ribla, I'll share down below. I sold I also sold my bunny the last market, and this time somebody else was asking for a bunny, and unfortunately I didn't have one. So bunnies are kind of popular, whether it's spring or not, they seem quite popular, and I do have one that I'll show you that I made recently. I did sell a pig. I'm going to share a link down below with the pattern where I followed to make the pig, but pigs are pretty easy to make. I also sold the jellyfish. Those ones I usually make them free flow. So for the pig, $30, jellyfish $30, leggy frogs $10, capybaras $20, turtles between $25 and $35. The chick, I usually sell them for $20. That's my own pattern. The squid, $40. That's again my own pattern, and it all depends on size and how much time you spend on it. If we say time, sometimes it might be confusing because some people are crochet slower than others, and that means you will spend that much more time making stuff, and it may not make sense charging based on your time. So in that case, size and material may make sense. But as for me, I'm quite a fast crocheter, and I figure I need to pay for my time and my materials, and I try to make it worth my while. It's not the same as if I'm going to work or anything, but at least it's not like I'm just giving it away. If I'm making something for a gift, that's a different story altogether. But if I'm making to sell, then it just makes sense that it pays back for my materials and at least a little bit of my time. So some of the things that seem popular axolotls, I did sell, I believe, one each market for $30, just because I make them free flow and I make quite a large size, about 6-7 inches or bigger. I will include the picture here. I sold each market one of them, so $30 for the axolotl. And some of the things, I will end with talking about some of the things that people are requesting. Is a koala bear, which I did not have and I have never made one, but I will make one now because a few people did ask. The other thing is a bunny. Somebody asked for a bunny. I already have a bunny made and I do have my own pattern to follow, and sometimes I just work on free flow. The other thing that was requested was a beat, and this was an interesting concept because it was a music teacher and she said that it's a beat made of either cloth or yarn, in this case yarn, and it would be for them to use in class, and they just say pass the beat. So in this case it's B-E-E-T, but when it comes to music, of course, it's passing the beat, as in B-E-A-T. But I found it interesting and I'm gonna make that in case she comes around, which she said she would. So I'll make that and see how that turns out. And I do have that yarn right there, the maroon yarn, and I think I don't have anything else to make using it, so why not? I'm gonna make that and see how that turns out. So those are some of the things that were requested: the koala bear, a bunny, and a beat. And I am going to be making more of my minis. The other thing I have made this week is these frogs. I am trying to embellish my frogs just because I haven't been selling a lot of these leggy froggies. They are so cute, but I haven't sold many of them. So this one I gave a flower, and this one I gave a love heart. So I'm gonna try and give them some sort of decoration. These two I made. I usually just sell them for $15 because they are pretty easy to make. So these leggy froggies, I just make them free flow, but again there is patterns out there. I also made this. I don't even know what this is. I think it's I thought it was a gecko, but someone said it's not, so I made this and it turned out cute. I just wanted to use up the green yarn. I think it's an alligator. I think it actually looks like an alligator. So this size, I'm just gonna be selling him maybe $15-20. Sometimes I just value them based on the size and how much time I spent and the level of difficulty. And this one is not an easy item, a difficult item to make, so $20 would be perfect. And it's cute. I love it. This two, I made two of this, and these ones I have two of the same size, and I sold the same size maybe for $25, $35. I one time actually sold one for $45, but I think based on the size, $30 is just fine. And the reason I say $30 is because all these parts are made separately, so it does take quite some time to make a turtle. And for people who understand, who are crocheting and who value the work of your hands, they will pay what it's worth, because you make the top, you make the bottom, the legs, and then you join them. It takes quite a while, so I'll sell it at least cheapest $25 really. I am also making these tiny fish. They are so cute. I found the pattern from Jade, but you can tell I haven't followed the pattern to the T because they are turning out all different sizes, but I still like them. And at this point I can make a fish without following a pattern, so I'm gonna make quite a few of this, and I am thinking I will sell them for $12, just because they are a little larger than minis and a little bit more work, more details. There is this there is a fins to add, there is color changes. So for that, just because I spend more time doing the color changes and and adding the details, then I will charge a little more, maybe $12 or something. But this is the first time I'm selling. I did sell a fish that I made freehand, and I sold it for $15. So if any of them turns bigger, I can do 15, but these ones are just gonna be $12, and I'm happy with that. Even $10, because the more I make them, the easier it's getting to make them. Now I'll show you my gorgeous bunny. There she is. And this one I made free flow, and I did share in a short video. And what I did is I did not follow my pattern, but I made the legs first, and then I worked on it top bottom, and then these arms I just made separately and attached, and so are the ears. So this bunny is quite cute. The last one was the same size but didn't have all these details and color changes, and that's a bunny I sold for $45. So this one, really, I'm thinking cheapest $50, based on how much work I spent, the time I spent, and I do record the timing, so I'm going to calculate, but I can tell you for sure not less than $50 based on the work, based on the amount of time and details on this. So that's the way I look at it. And if someone really likes it and all they have is $45, then they like it. And especially repeat buyers who have been supporting me, then I don't really mind selling it, but at least not below $45, that's for sure. So if you're interested, I do have a bunny pattern I can share down below, but when it comes to the details, you kind of have to add the details yourself based on your level of comfort. And I don't find that it's difficult to do it, because this is just a ruffle. So it's this is a double crochet, and I start with one line of double crochet, and then I do 3 double crochets in every stitch, just to give it a ruffle, and it's beautiful. So that's the last thing I have to share, and I will be coming back to you probably after August the 31st to share how my market goes. And in this video I'm also going to do an introduction. At the introduction I will show you my market, which was on August the 11th. I'll show you some pictures or a short video, and also I will include pictures of what I have talked about in this video. That is if I can, because that's a lot of editing, and I am still learning how to edit, and I'm not 100%, but I can say I've learned quite a few skills here and there of how to add images, and I will do my best to add images if that helps you prepare for your market. So there you are. Those were my 2 markets. I cannot complain. I am grateful to I usually do it in the farmers market. Very happy for the organizers do organize that event. It's only usually for 4 hours. It's usually like a blur, and it goes very fast, but I usually have lots and lots of fun. So if you're preparing for markets, I wish you all the best. Have fun making, have fun selling, and in all you do, just go with the flow, and I will see you soon. Thank you, and bye bye. Be kind to one another. Bye.